Hello, wrestling fans. I am Mud Puppet Joel. He is Mud Puppet Ryan. We are the Mud Puppets, and today we got a great match for these people, actually, Ryan.
Yes, we do. Action Jackson taking on the amazing Nate Mattson.
This from March 1st of this year. A rivalry stemming from events that transpired at Season's Beating, Ryan, back in December.
Events. The event was that Action Jackson had the heavyweight title in his grasp. He was moments away from pinning that stinking Mike Marvel. And the guy who was assigned to be the referee, Nate Mattson, couldn't do his job and had to get involved and hit Action Jackson, putting his hands on him, costing him the match.
That's one interpretation of events.
That's what happened.
What happened was Action Jackson got a little too big for his britches, decided to not seal the deal, as you say, when he had the match won.
I'm sending a lesson.
He pulled Mike Marvel off the mat twice, foolishly, and then put his hands on the official, who, yes, was amazing Nate Mattson, and he paid the price for it.
Well, you know what? If you're an official and a wrestler puts his hands on you, you call for the disqualification. You don't start busting out the maneuvers.
Hey, it was a championship matchup. Why, you wanted to see a man awarded the title on a technicality like that?
I didn't want to see that at all. If Nate Mattson was really doing his job, he would have brushed that off, had a cooler head, and let the match continue. Instead, he had to determine the outcome of that match. And I'll tell you this much. By the end of this little bout here, Nate Mattson's going to wish he had stayed retired.
Well, we're going to find out right now. Action Jackson's untamed yoni, as we've often referred to it as getting him in some trouble. Now, I'll say this to the match. If Action Jackson's flagrant arrogance hadn't gotten in the way, we wouldn't even be discussing this issue. It's his own fault that he's in the position he is, which is flat on his back on the mat.
Great athletes and champions are arrogant. LeBron James is arrogant. Michael Jordan was arrogant. Action Jackson, when it's all said and done, will be among those level of athletes. He had every right to go in there and teach a lesson to Mike Marvel, this punk kid who thinks he was the greatest part of their tag team. When everyone who has a set of eyes knows Action Jackson was carrying the load.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree on several points.
Not at all.
Well, right now, Jackson and Nate just trying to feel each other out, see who's going to have the upper hand, going back and forth with some submission holds here. Thus far, nobody has really grabbed the momentum.
Action Jackson working on that arm. And the things I say, Joel, I don't say them because I dislike Nate Mattson. I think Nate Mattson's a fantastic wrestler. I'm glad to see him back in the ring. But he should have done it the right way. He shouldn't have determined the outcome of that match by getting involved.
Kick to the stomach there by Action Jackson. Hey, well, look. You know what? Action Jackson put his hands on him. Nate, then that competitor's spirit fired up as he delivers a nice flying elbow there, and Jackson paid for it.
I'm starting to wonder how much Nate Mattson's paid you to be his PR department.
Oh,
how many times have you sat here and ripped on the officials in MPW for making a bad call, for missing a call? I mean, weekly. I've heard it from you.
Quite often, yes. I don't deny it.
You're going to excuse the fact that Nate Mattson put his hands on a competitor and affected the outcome of that match.
I've talked about this. This match was featured on the PWL a few months back. I acknowledge the controversy involved. I'm not saying, it takes two to tangle. I'm not saying Nate was completely in the right. I'm saying things happen for a reason. And Nate did what he did because Action Jackson put his hands on the official.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I think Big Bubba Luscious should have given out the biggest fine in MPW history when that happened to Nate Mattson.
Please.
He should have put Nate Mattson into bankruptcy. He should have put him and his family out on the streets.
That's absurd.
Because that is how much he hurt the integrity of the title by doing what he did.
I disagree with certain points there. Right now, though, what's obvious is that Nate is working over that arm of Action Jackson and taking the upper hand here in this matchup. And I think by the end of this match, Action Jackson is going to regret what he did in December because the veteran savvy of Nate Mattson is going to win out.
Veteran savvy, you can talk about it all you want. This kid, Action Jackson, is the new upcoming thing. He is going to be the name on the lips of the fans for the years to come. And I think he's going to start building that legacy tonight in this match.
Yeah, then we'll watch and see. Plain and simple.
We will.
Right now, Nate has the upper hand. Go on, do it, Nate. Stomp on those fingers.
Yeah, cheat, Nate. Go ahead.
It's a wrestling match.
Break the rules. You bet this referee isn't going to get
Drop
involved
kick.
and start fighting people. He's a professional. He's doing his job.
All right, enough of it, okay? Nate has him now. Headlock.
It's hard to tell if he has head or hair in a lock there.
Well, you know, if Action Jackson knew how to properly groom himself.
I think he's very well groomed young man.
And there you go. Veteran savvy.
Anytime I've been in his company, he smelled delightful.
Oh, he's pulling his hair. Get over it, Jackson. Get over it. You don't like it? Shave your head.
Good Lord. I cannot believe how biased you are. And now look at Nate Mattson. What a rat. Getting out of the ring.
Coming after his opponent.
Jackson needed a little timeout. And if Mattson had any respect, look
at him running like a scared schoolgirl.
He's building up his cardio to continue the match.
Oh, and how do they get you talk about cheating?
You talk about veteran presence. That was smart. Oh, a nice dragon leg whip. And you see, look at that knee. Look at the damage to the knee. See the intelligence of this young man.
There's no lower move than kicking a man in the family jewels, okay?
He didn't. He kicked the rope, and it happened to hit. I mean, that was just pure luck.
Well, now Nate is in a bit of trouble here because Jackson's established that knee as a focal point for his attack, and he's doing it quite well over the last minute.
Stay on that. Yeah, very smart. Stay on that leg. You take away Nate Mattson's leg. You take away his ability to fly. You take away a lot of his technical prowess.
Oh, that's a great point. Nate has a very strong suit. Kick out there, one.
Nate Mattson down on the mat, and he is trying to get some feeling going back in that leg there. I think that Dragon Whip did some serious damage. Oh, nice.
Put him in a single leg Boston Crab, perhaps. And he's got to get to the ropes quickly here. You can't let Jackson sustain this attack on that knee.
Putting a tremendous amount of pressure on that joint. Letting it go, a little bit surprised. Oh, he's going to transition. Oh, fantastic. Driving the kneecap right into the mat. And for those of you who have been inside that ring, you know it is a thin amount of padding over wood boards. That does not feel good on your kneecap.
Nah, it's a whole lot of momentum going too when he whips that leg like that. I think, anyone who's played any sort of sports before, you take a shot to the kneecap, it doesn't feel good.
It can absolutely take you completely out of your game, and I think that might be what we're seeing here with Nate Mattson. He is on the mat, and he is feeling that pain.
Well, I'll admit right now I don't like what I'm seeing, and Nate has got to find a way as Jackson drops that elbow and all his body weight down on that knee.
Using that body weight as a fulcrum, pulling that knee into his body, bending it out of the joint.
And if this goes on much longer, Nate might be wrestling the rest of this match from the mat, from a disadvantage.
If this goes on much longer, Nate Mattson's going to have to tap out because he's in serious pain.
Well, desperation move there, putting his good leg across the throat of Action Jackson, bought him a temporary reprieve, but now Jackson right back on him.
And what we've seen in Action Jackson, as he has matured since leaving that tag team with Mike Marvel, is this nice, mean streak. Before, he was too nice of a guy to go after an injury like this. He's getting handy-pandy around with it. Not anymore.
No, come on. The official's got to get in here. He's going to slam his knee against that ring post.
And that was absolutely brutal. We could hear that knee slap off of the ring post. Nate Mattson, Joel, he may just have to give it up here.
In the second one, getting his knee wrapped around the post. And I'm starting to wonder now if Jackson even cares about winning the match so much as he does maiming Nate Mattson. Is Action Jackson's ego that big? Here's a 1-2 count. Is his ego so big?
His ego has nothing to do with it. His sense of justice has something to do with it. When a man has wronged you, when a man has taken a title that was in your grasp out of your hand,
he took it from himself.
When he has taken food out of your family's mouth by costing you that title, vengeance is the only way to settle it. And if crippling and maiming this man is the way to do it, then I support Action Jackson in doing it.
Well, Jackson and Nate now exchanging some punches as you finish your heated diatribe.
Hey, I'm just telling you the way it is, the way the world works.
You talk about being on people's payroll. How much is Action Jackson slipping you under the table? Oh, here we go. Backslide into the pin. 1-2. Get the feeling on that injured leg now that may be the way Nate has to win this thing. A little quick strike, surprise offense, wrap him up with a 1-2-3. And Jackson again right back to that knee. Nate cannot sustain much more damage to that knee.
Beautiful. And what that move does there is it hyper extends the knee, and it also forces the hamstring down into the canvas. Double pressure there, and Nate Mattson is in serious trouble. He's fighting like a wounded animal.
Rolls him up, 1-2, and you stole the words right out of my mouth. He's in desperation mode right now.
What you do with a wounded animal, you put your boot heel on its head and you press down.
And that one looked particularly nasty as the foot got caught underneath Jackson's body. Another 2 count.
Amazing Nate Mattson. Gotta give him credit. He's fighting through this like a champion. But how much more can a man sustain?
Well, a guy with less experience in this business would have been done already. No doubt about that.
Yeah,
a younger man would have tapped out, would have, thought to just fight another day. And now they ripped in, hobbling across, puts a good boot up into Jackson's face.
Jackson's taking some unnecessary risks here. I don't like the strategies he's doing.
Well, that's the result of having a low wrestling IQ.
Come on.
Mentioned this before. He ain't the brightest crayon in the box, okay?
I have had many conversations with this young man, and I mean, just some of the topics he gets going on. He's extremely intelligent.
Getting him right back. Nate has got to pull out some desperation maneuvers here. We saw him warding off Jackson with one leg. We saw the back rakes. You got to pull out all the tricks here to get back in this thing. Right now, maybe running on adrenaline a little bit, but that's only going to last for so long.
Sleeper hold, reverse chin lock, locked in, and putting pressure on his knee by having him up on his feet. Mattson drops down.
And I think actually smart on Nate's part just to drop down, conserve your energy here, find a way from the mat to get out of this hold.
He gets him off that knee.
That knee's just not going to hold up.
And you see here the strength of Action Jackson. Not the biggest guy, but he uses his strength well. He's using it to put all that pressure on Nate Mattson. Is Nate going to sleep here?
It's a 1 count there. Come on,
I think
Nate.
that's it, Joel. I think it's over.
All right, he's still alive. I think he's got the hair again.
Yeah, break that up, referee.
Hey, got to do what he's got to do now. Now back up to a vertical base, throwing shots at Jackson's midsection, breaks the hold, whips him off the ropes, down to the mat, Jackson over. Oh, and they both collide. All sorts of momentum, and down to the mat they both go.
You see Nate Mattson go, third his hand, immediately go to that knee, holding it, clutching it in pain.
There's nothing he can do at this point. He's just trying. All these maneuvers we've seen the last several minutes are all just bids to buy himself some time until he can re-strategize and find a way to defeat Action Jackson.
And I think he's running out of time to find a way. That may have been the last little bit of adrenaline that he used there to get himself that burst of offense.
He tries a punch, but he eats one. Tries another, it's blocked, and he takes another fist straight to the jaw. And a third, and a chop, and another punch. And an uppercut off the ropes now. Whips him to the other side. Nate misses that clothesline, but he puts the kick, the heel kick right into Jackson's face.
Right in the teeth with that boot. And Action Jackson is reeling from that.
Reversal again. He caught him. Down to the mat he goes. Now Nate, you talk about a last gasp. This might be it here. Is Nate gonna? Is he gonna? He's going up top. With the leg drop. The leg drop.
Is this a smart maneuver, Joel?
This is all in. This is all in, baby.
This may be the last
Nate's gotta hit
gasp.
this. He hits it. Count the pin. 1, 2. Oh! Kick out.
Action Jackson. This young man showing what he is made of. He's made of sterner stuff than you thought, Mr. Nate Mattson.
I gotta admit, I thought that was it, and by Nate Mattson's reaction, I think he thought that was over too. You saw the ball rolling, that veteran savvy I've talked about coming through. Nate hits that top rope leg drop that he's so famous for. It's put down so many opponents in the past, and yet Action Jackson kicks out. Gotta wonder if will it be demoralizing to Nate. Now Jackson looking to get back on the offensive. Nate throwing some elbows to the back of the neck to try and get out of that one. He's loose now off the ropes. Jackson catches him. Can Nate put? No. Jackson hits his finish.
Right on the top of his head. That's gotta be it.
1, 2, and Nate kicks out.
Wow.
And these two are now throwing the best they've got in their arsenal at each other, and no one's going down.
Metro Pro Wrestling's uncrowned champion, Action Jackson,
for crying out loud.
needs
Get
to
off of
finish
it. Get
this
off of it.
match.
Metro Pro
That's what I'm
Wrestling
gonna call him
has
from
a
now
heavyweight
on.
champion, and it's Mike Marvel.
They have a paper champion.
Now Nate Mattson rolls through. Jackson came right through it though, and a kick down to the mat there. And this could be it now. Nate with the pin. 1, 2, wrap both legs in again. Jackson just kicks out.
He is showing the heart. He is showing the integrity that has made him such a fantastic young wrestler. He's got to stop this offense from Nate Mattson, though he can't sustain a lot more blows like that.
Had to think that was it. The split-legged bulldog driving the skull directly into the mat, and now it's straight up gonna punch this man in the face. Mounted punches. 3, 4, 5,
in
6,
the corner.
7, 8, 9.
Break it up, Corky.
Oh, now a bite. Oh, Nate Mattson, much like DBA, whether he's loved or hated by the fans, he can get down and dirty with the best of them if he has to.
Oh, he's a cheater. I mean, he's a flat-out cheater. No respect for the rules. We saw that when he was a referee.
Clotheslines Jackson right off the apron, and right now Nate is back from the dead. He was on the brink of defeat with that leg injury, and now he's got Jackson right where he wants him.
He has the momentum going his way, and it seems that by moving and getting some movement in that leg, it has helped that knee.
Fan interaction right there. That's what we call that.
Yeah, more cheating is what I call it.
Action Jackson
Disgusting.
tasting a sneaker. Another rake to the back.
He's going to roll him over with Johnny Badwheel's chair next.
Okay. We could have gone without a Bad Wheels reference.
I just saw him in the audience.
Now these two on the outside, and official Corky Robinson is counting. I'm not sure what he's at. Trading chops, trading punches.
Surprised Corky's doing anything at all. He's letting all this cheating go unpunished.
Elbow there.
Maybe he should put his hands on him. Maybe he should attack
Get off
Nate
the
Mattson.
pulpit for crying out loud. Get off the pulpit.
That's where I
And
belong.
that's it. They've been counted out. They brawl to the outside, and Corky Robinson.
Have been counted out. This match is a draw.
A draw as a result of a double countout. And I gotta say, I hate to see a match of this caliber end in this fashion. Hey, you see Nate Mattson, or excuse me, Action Jackson seemed pleased to have it end as he runs off. Now in the ring.
His opponent has a chair. What would you do? Stand there and get brained?
I'd probably grab a chair myself, but I'm on a different plane of intelligence than Action
He's
Jackson.
a gentleman.
And now he runs.
He's
he
a gentleman.
runs to the back.
He doesn't fight like a barbarian
Well,
with
man,
chairs.
this feud will be finished another day, I suppose. We, of course, are the Mud Puppets, peddlers of sketch comedy. Come on over to mudpuppets.com. From there, you can come on over to YouTube, check out one of our latest episode, Underground Arcade. You get them another time, Nate.
No, you won't.
You only can't run too far.